Hey there, welcome back to noit'ed. I'm Suffer of Let's Suffer Together back with a new video. Just going through a few things today. I did a 2-hour run on my own time. Twitch was having a few problems with my own connection issues. So I thought, with that New Game Plus run, going to Parallel Worlds I did the other day, there's a few things we can do, including potentially getting a 33 orb. Now, there's traditionally 31 orbs, 11 orbs in the main world, 10 orbs on either side. Now, in New Game Plus, the orbs are a little bit scattered about, but firstly, if I'm going to do anything, I needed to get powered up. So, firstly, I ended up just travelling around, and with that I usually use Luminous Drills to cut through terrain. And there's a few things I did with the Luminous Drill in this today that really ended up surprising me and just being really nice, and I thought I'd share with you all. Firstly, we got the electric, and put it in between two Luminous Drills on a wand I got from the tower. And as you can see, it's yeah, a little bit explosive. I accidentally set myself on fire. Couldn't for the life of me find fire immunity. We ended up taking the freezing, the perk that freezes all the liquids around, which ends up, getting rid of the fire quite easily. And as you can see, as long as we put it in between two Luminous Drills, the electric charge kind of connects between two Luminous Drills, and it's such a nice effect. Good at digging, but not great. You've got the Luminous Drills, which are digging anyway. The explosives just dig really a little bit extra. It's the extra damage which you're looking forward to on that, though, surprising the enemy. This is New Game Plus, where all the enemies are really beefed up anyway. They take a lot of damage, especially when you get down to about the jungle. If you were watching in the last noit'ed video, obviously you saw the enemies just tanking Luminous Drill shots over and over and over again. However, this is just superb. If you've got an increased mana, what happens on a non-shuffle wand? The increased mana essentially takes away the mana from the spells afterward. If it's a non-shuffle wand, say you put an increased mana next to a Luminous Drill, and look at that devastation on powder anyway. But that's not even the half of it. We'll get to a little bit extra, the devastation on even some of the harder soil as well. But the actual way increased mana works is, you can run out of mana, and as long as you've got that increased mana, which does minus 30 to the overall mana expenditure on your wand, it's essentially the spells after the mana charge will always have priority. So you see me running out of mana, but my Luminous Drills and electric's still working. And that's how I pulled it off. Say you get 3 increased mana, put them all after the Luminous Drills, which are reducing the recharge time, and that's why it's shooting quite fast anyway. But now, we wanted a little mess around. Since I didn't have fire immunity, I ended up taking a little bit of pain for this, but as you can see, my health wasn't really too bad. We ended up, just grabbing the old heavy spread. And this is some of the most phenomenal visuals that you can get in the game concerning just absolute anarchy and carnage. I set myself on fire a few times. If I'm close to the ground, because the explosives on the ground, well, luckily I had explosive immunity, but obviously creates fire also after the explosive ends up draining any liquid off on you. As you can see, just the frame rate took a dive, but hey ho. I mean, for a little showcase of what you can do for the first showcase of what you can do for a Luminous Drill, I found it spectacular, and kind of surprising that that heavy spread did the job that well. We go over to Scully here. Sorry, Scully, you're going to be our little testing subject, unfortunately. Yeah, not too impressive against the hard surfaces because the Luminous Drills are spread out, but if you're going down an area and you don't need to drill as much, and you want maximum devastation in a 360-degree spread, again, just nice to know that's always in your repertoire, even if you don't have it with heavy spread being fully inaccurate. This was kind of a useless attempt at me trying to just dig as far as I could, hoping the Ambrosia would fall down with me, but nah. But as far as visual impressiveness goes, it's hard to get much better than that, filling the entire screen. Of course, the frame rate's a bit of an issue, but hey, I'll take a bit of a frame drop for something like that. The early access, luckily these issues are fixed now, that might have even crashed a game. But the sand just looks like it's burning away like paper. I thought that was really, really cool as well. The trail, because obviously the frame rate's dropped, I've got a lot of speed. Again, I'm in New Game Plus, I picked up a hell of a lot of perks, and just ended up setting everything on fire, destroying everything. It's probably better if you concentrate it, like have really good accuracy, because then you'll get the explosives as well. When it contacts an enemy or it hits the ground, you don't get that explosive effect when it's just in the middle of the air, as you can see. It's just spreading out with the electric, but no explosives. It's what if you do the electric charge in water as well, that's when you get the really impressive effects. And because the water slows down the electric charge, you just see it exploding multiple times. Well, I assume an explosion every frame, but still, you want to watch out. And if you can, because I can hover for days, I've got a lot of increased levitation, like probably about 3 or 4 of them, so I can just hover and hover and hover. But again, if you just hover in the air and just spam it, because again, run out of mana, it's not really a problem. I think I might have altered my one that actually keeps the mana charge sufficient. You don't get the explosives, but it's so pretty. I want to see one day if I can take that to an extreme. Do it on get an electric charge for every connection between the luminous drills and see if I can get even more insanity going on. But all in all, well, again, the next few things are going to be a bit more practical, shall we say, because I don't think this would evaporate liquids that well, to be honest. So when you're concerning poly, you might get stung because you're blinding yourself essentially. So take care, have a lot of fun with this, but it's definitely a way that you're going to be, having a lot of fun at some point with this information. But we shall move on. So, for the second demonstration, we're heading down and setting up in the final area where you've got the boss fight, obviously a lot of lava. We're looking to go to hell, and I had this thought yesterday. How can I more easily traverse through lava? And obviously you've got ground to sand, which has never been historically great against lava. However, I figured that with freezing, turning lava into a solid object, and then ground to sand, surely, if you shot luminous drills all at the same time, that it might have a positive effect. And I didn't realise it would be this effective. Obviously, you have a mixture of a lot of sand, big, huge chunk of snow, but it's just the sand bulking up what looks like snow, and freezing the snow as well, while the luminous drills, all of them shoot forward. This lags the game out tremendously. However, this has to be one of the most effective ways I have ever deleted a lot of lava. Not even a nuclear bomb can cut this amount of lava as cleanly. The amount of distance we get, because the luminous drills obviously penetrate all the way through the lava. They slow down, but they don't stop. The powder as well, obviously, doesn't stop when... I don't know exactly what's happening, but I just had the thought, and I thought I'd try it out, and I didn't expect it to be this effective, but... because obviously ground to sand is turning the actual ground into sand. So, the lava is turning into ground, which is instantly turning into powder. Well, sand. And I literally cut through all the way into hell. And we need to go to hell for a specific reason as well. Where you heard me before saying there are possibly 33 orbs in the game. Now, this is more New Game Plus 2. We're in New Game Plus 1 at the moment. Where there's... I don't know if it's a glitch in the code or anything like that, but it's been done before. Where in hell, you can get essentially a tower of orbs in hell. And you should check every New Game Plus just to make sure. So I'm checking here, making sure there isn't a tower. Turned out there was just the regular orb down here. Haven't yet checked East or West World, but I think it's just the centre where you should really check. And then, obviously, if you get the orb tower, you might be in for an extra 2 orbs on top of the 31 you can usually get. You can also see right now that it's easy to travel up as well, because obviously the powder, it interferes with your levitation. But if you're in New Game Plus, you've got a lot of strong levitation already. With the perks, you get a lot of extra 100%. You can also just land Obviously, it's freezing the enemies here. Just for a nice little traversal upwards. But you can use the sand to kind of get your levitation back if you have accuracy. I'm spread out quite a bit on my wand at the moment. But the fact I've got an incredible amount of levitation, I thought I'm really proud of making this. I don't think I've ever seen it done before, so I would put it down as one of my own creations. I've definitely not. So I don't think I've been inspired by anyone else on this one. I think it was just my own thoughts yesterday. If anyone knows of anybody, I would love to hear about it, because that's some inventive stuff. Not to toot my own horn, but beep beep on this one. A little bit mana. A lot of high mana consumption. All in all. As long as you're just tapping, making sure you don't run out of mana, that you've always got the ground to sand, always got the freeze charge. Luminous Drill modifiers on each of the first two Luminous Drills you shoot out. And just a few shots here and there, especially when the lava falls on you like this. It doesn't all come at you in one big chunk, it comes at you in waves. And making sure it's effective, having the lava turn into powder instantly. It's a great way of progressing down, especially if you've got to go to hell multiple times. Outside of a personal tunnel wand, where you essentially dig with freezing very fast, turning what's in front of you and up and below you into ice, essentially, that melts eventually, but you tunnel through it so quick, you end up being fine. And even so, just turning the ground into sand, it penetrates so deeply, and I'm not sure why. Luminous drills just rock, I suppose. Sometimes you just get a little orb of sand, so, hey, to have it penetrate that deeply, and we just take it off now and just haul ass out there. Again, probably the quickest way I've ever dealt with hell, ever, really. But moving on to the next little Luminous Drill showcase. So, for the third and final Luminous Drill, you've obviously seen I've concentrated my shots, I've made them more accurate, and this one's a classic. If you have a Luminous Drill, obviously it cuts through. We've got multiple Luminous Drills being lengthened by an increased timer, which shoots the Luminous Drill at your wand, and it keeps on going for quite a while. If you've got multiple of them, it's going to cut through terrain really easy. If you put a teleport spell on that, then you're going to have a good time. As you see me move upward here, don't even really need to use much levitation getting into holy mountains. This is dangerous, by the way. Or use all of these ones at your own risk and try and mitigate any potential downsides with them. You can see me just essentially cut through terrain, super easy, like butter. There is a bit of a problem if you get your teleport spells and they're increased in time as well. They're going to hang around a little longer. If your teleport hits terrain, then it's going to instantly teleport you to that spot. However, if it's just hanging in the air, and obviously you can get yourself in trouble, so make sure you've got enough perks. Breathless. Maybe some sort of, you know, immunity you might want there. If you're teleporting through terrain, you're going to want a lot of good stuff. Again, dangerous pools of poly. It's not going to instantly kill you. You'll be a sheep and the enemy will have to take you out, because the shot won't hurt you itself. Unlike a mist wand, for instance. If you get polyed and you've got a mist wand about, you're going to die. Protecting you. This red money is trick blood money, where if or the enemy kills himself with a trick, there's various ways of doing it. You can heal. It's really nice. And because I've taken a lot of trick greed and regular greed, you see big chunks. In New Game Plus, you get more money as well, so it's beautiful. And because you see my mana's run out, because of the way my increased mana is arranged, like I suggested in one of the first showcases, it just allows it to continue shooting regardless, so I don't need to really care. I can just spam it, and we get to the top in a really quick time. One of the old school kind of traveling ones that's been around for quite a while, but just in case you don't know it, I thought I'd throw it in as well. You can use it at any point in the air, going through terrain. There's no real negative downside to it as far as, you know, quick travel, because quick travel is always going to have that problem. So, summing up the 33 potential Oberon, we come to the end of that 2-hour fuck around session, and we see a glass cannon. Now, we're in like east world at the moment, at this current time. Now, I'm probably going to need glass cannon, but that'll put my HP down to 50. So, We shall see. But thank you for watching. I've been Surfer over Let's Surfer Together. If you like the content, always drop a like, that kind of thing, subscribe. We stream over at twitch.tv/Let's Surfer Together. But until the next time, my friends, take it easy, take care of yourselves. I'll catch up with you in the next video. See you later, my friends.